Hey guys, I hope you can hear me okay. Can you all hear me well? Excellent, excellent. So, yeah, I've been fighting with the clouds. Honestly, it was pretty much a disaster. There was a window of, I guess, 3 or 4 hours until like 1 p.m. today. There was some window of mixed clouds and all, so I thought I can show you some of it, at least not not the whole thing. But looks like the powers of the bee decided the other way, and the clouds started coming in pretty quickly. As soon as the first couple of stars, I was able to look at it and focus it. It just clouds, nothing but clouds. Yeah, definitely we will try going into the live stream later. I have not done a live stream probably in the last 1 year or so. So this is my way of testing. Increase the microphone volume. Okay. Is this any better? I hope this is slightly better, I guess. Yeah, it's been pretty much like raining for us too, are going to rain for the next 3 or 4 days. Pretty sad. We have a small window. We can see a couple of days opportunity actually to see these comets. That's what I thought. This would not be a good time actually to see it. This is like the evening time. We can only see a couple of comets right now, um, not the Atlas or not the Swan. They are visible in the morning time. You guys can hear me okay, right? Yeah, thanks. Uh, yeah, thanks, Wyoming Adventures. Yeah, I was wanting to show you guys couple of the runs. I have probably like stellar material, so I could use most of that information right now. I really don't need to take new pictures or the new shots because pretty much you guys will be able to see what you wanted to see with the material that I collected already. So I went live assuming that you guys will have ton of material to see. There was a question saying that is that true that the comet Swan will start to be visible at night here in the northern hemisphere? No, the Swan is not coming up. I'm actually showing you the live screen, and this is actually Stellarium. And if you guys wanted to see what is going on. Let me go there. So this is Comet Swan. Like basically we are going into okay. So I hope you can see what I'm showing you here. It is under the horizon right now. So if I move my timeline probably to a later date or later time, I would say, close to 4:30 in the morning. So this is going into future. You see that? So that is the time roughly around that, like 4:30 time frame, 4:30 to 5:30 time frame is when actually we will be able to see it. Yeah, so guys, what you are seeing right now is uh, approximately 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Actually, it's 5:30 here. Let me go back a little. Yeah, I think this is good enough. Um, so approximately actually 5:23 in the morning. It's pretty close to horizon. I did try taking pictures using various ways. You know, one of the things that actually makes very difficult is finding out the exact northeast area in the sky. Uh, so northeast in the area sky is not the east. It is actually north and east corner. So it's like almost the leftmost area of the east. So it's like very close to horizon. As you can see, you know, you don't have any small tree will knock you down. So yeah, that would be very difficult to see. That is not a great view that we get. Uh, you know, maybe a little later in the you know, month, probably 30th, end of this month, it might go up a little, not a whole lot. So we will definitely try if it does move a little bit more than what it is right now. So I wanted to tell you guys um, why I'm so fascinated with the Comet Swan and Atlas. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it on the screen here. It says this is non-periodic comet. So this comet is actually not even a periodic comet. What that means is it doesn't even uh, come back once it goes to wherever it has to go, whether it is coming from the Oort cloud or whether it is coming from the Kuiper belt. We really don't have a handle on it where it is coming from, but wherever it is going, when it goes back there, there is a very little chance that this comet might be coming back, because the time that these comets are uh, talking about is close to 500,000 years. That's 500,000 years. So that's not a small window. I mean, if you really understand what the 500,000 years is. So we as human beings, we were only there for the last 100,000 years. That's what at least the math and the science say. So we were not there when it came before. Uh, like human beings were not there. It was 400,000 years before we started showing up here. That's when these things came. What is surprising though is this is Swan, okay? I mean, the name, they made it and the people are making a big deal out of it. But this is just a camera name with the solar uh, observatory camera. That's what the Swan name is made of. And there may be several Swan comets that might have with a different designation, F8, F9, F10, whatever. And it could be like, C2020 or C2021, doesn't matter. What is fascinating though is this comet is actually discovered this year, okay? And it's not there before, okay? We don't know about the arrival of Swan. The Atlas is, if you see right here, this is Atlas. So, I mean, it kind of broken into pieces. We talked about that. But this one is also a non-periodic comet. So this one is also coming in like every, I don't know, like 500,000 years or even more. So these are kind of not a regular events that are happening, and you don't see these kind of non-periodic comets that are once in 500,000 years. They don't come and show up pretty close for us to see. I mean, this is going to be, I was telling you earlier, a great celestial event. It would have been if they do have a bit more brightness and maybe a bit away from the horizon. We would have seen an awesome show where you are seeing a comet in the bottom and a comet on the top. Like Swan is actually going in from the northeast. It is actually uh, moving from the west to the east. It is going this direction towards the left, and then the Atlas is going to the right. So these go in the opposite directions now. Swan will keep going to the left, and Atlas will keep going to the right as they do what they need to do to get away from us. So when they go away, the intersection point is for us to have this kind of a show. It would have been a fantastic opportunity for us at least to see it. A bunch of people asked, like, how come we didn't do any uh, hitchhiking on these comets? Why are we not taking the opportunity to get closer, send some probes, do something, right? Because I mean, if these are taking all the way back to the end of solar system, why not we put some sensors? The trouble is, this is discovered in 2020. We don't even plan for this one. And Atlas is discovered December 2019, and they just showed up pretty quickly in front of us. So it's not a whole lot of time, or we don't know about them like way before. So the instruments found these, not people. Um, and instruments are getting better. We are putting robotic instruments there. So they are the ones that are picking up both Atlas and Swan. Of course, people did measure them, but without the instruments, probably we would not have seen these comets at all coming our way. Luckily, they are further away from us. I mean, if you can see both Atlas and Swan, they are at least half the distance from the sun. They are not really any close to coming towards us. So I don't think we don't have any trouble there. What is surprising as I am learning along with you all, I'm not an expert in comets or anything, but what I learned though is the diameter of the core, the what we call as the green stuff, the hue that is around the coma, it's like 10 kilometers wide. I mean, people talk like big numbers, but it's 10 kilometers wide. Okay, it's pretty big, just to think about it. Okay, that is small. Actually, 10 kilometers wide is uh, relatively huge, uh, if it comes any close to us. But in a cosmic size, 10 kilometers is nothing. What is surprising though is the gas tail length, the length of the comet, how um, wide or how far the tail is, right? The tail is 500,000 kilometers. That's scary. 500,000 kilometers, 0.408 million kilometers. That long the tail goes. So, I mean, in a astronomical size, 0.408 kilometers is not a big deal, but having a 500,000 kilometers tail, um, these comets are huge. They are what they are, right? So, I mean, if we think about asteroids, or if you are thinking about comets, there is a huge difference between these. A comet collision to the Earth would be an end to the Earth. There is nothing we need to talk about it. Asteroids can hit, and some can survive, some cannot survive, whatever. But comets are no joke. These are going to be lethal. So we do have a bunch of them in the sky. They keep going. We also what we are also finding is, even though there are a whole bunch of comets, we actually didn't found a lot of comets yet. So, I mean, the known comets are somewhere between 1,000 to 3,000. I think NASA said somewhere around like 3,000 comets. That's all we know. But we know there are thousands of them. And these are all solar system objects. So they are not coming from outside our solar system. So these are all just inside the solar system. These are all part of our family, right? They are born 4.5 million years ago, along with this, planets and all, and they are just, roaming around. So, I mean, there in 2009, I believe, we saw like 7 or 8 comets that are kind of, visible spectrum, or at least telescope visible spectrum. But now we are getting into that season again, where I believe I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the number of comets that are coming in. So this is the website I've been talking about several times. I hope they forgive me to show them. I didn't put a credit to these company, skylive.com. Thank you guys for letting me use it. I'll close it in 1 minute. So Comet Swan is 6.3 magnitude. Comet Lemon, this is also discovered, by the way, in 2019. It is 7.7 magnitude. Pan-STARRS is going away, so we don't need to worry about that a whole lot. We know what is happening to Atlas, so that is also on its way out. We found another one, which is called Neowise. That was found in 2020, 9.4 magnitude. So we at least have 5 comets in the sky in the nighttime, whether it's nighttime or morning time, whatever the time they come and go. These are the minimum ones, right? There are other ones that are in the picture. We at least have 5 to 8 comets that we are tracking, or that we can actually see with the telescopes. That is pretty, it's not rare, I would say, but it's kind of an interesting moment, I would say. Like 9 comets, roaming around, which are like all pretty big, is kind of something that, we consider that as maybe once in 3 years, once in 4 years, because this thing happened in 2009. The similar number of comets showed up. None of them are coming close to Earth, so that is, I kept replying back saying that we don't have any danger with any one of these, uh, and their comet courses are also not, uh, you know, coming and hitting each other. That's not really happening either. So that's pretty much what I have. I can show you the data that I collected before, and I will take some questions. Okay, so when will Neowise close approach to our planet? So Neowise is coming in July 23rd, 2020. I think that is when it will be 0.69 astronomical units distance, and I don't know if it is going to get any brighter, but it's 9.4. It's pretty bright for telescopes, not a whole lot of bright. The best brightness of Neowise would be like 6.43. That's what we are looking at. Hey guys, I didn't get a chance to look at every question that is here, so the number of questions I have here is like, I don't know, in hundreds. There's no way I can read them all, but definitely I'll go back into the chat and I will respond back each and every one of them. And if you do have questions, just let me know if you guys have any. I'll keep watching from now onwards. So please do post any new questions, or if you have answered a question already, please post the question again. I can look at the chat. The Gemini May 24, I have no idea about the Gemini. We are still not tracking that. Yeah, there is no way I can keep up with the chat Wyoming adventures. There is no way. I mean, what is the website for the Comet info? There are a bunch of them. I think the one that I was showing you guys is, I'll pull it up again. I accidentally opened something else. I have to go and delete that large small piece from the live stream. Okay, so this is the one. It is called the skylive.com/comets. I would definitely recommend. I look at bunch of other ones. There is also, you can look up Minor Planetary Center from the NASA. Actually, that gives you 3D orbits as well. It's pretty good. And there are a bunch of other places where you could find pretty good information there. Yeah, UFOs is pretty funny. I don't know. Thanks, Elliot. Yeah, I just went live just to test the equipment. Honestly, I changed my location. I usually, when I went live, when I was doing the blood moon, I used the garage space to go live. I brought it to my office room, the live station, so I can actually sit comfortably and talk for a few minutes rather than with the mosquitoes in the garage. So it's not easy to sit there and talk. But the cable, the USB cable from the telescope, it does come only up to garage. But I found a back door to bring the USB cable here. But it is complaining, saying that too many USBs. So I don't know how to fix that. It never used to say that when I was nearby. Now when I run the cable, it is saying, yeah, Nelson, thank you. Yeah, the data is a compilation of a bunch of other things, so it's not. Yeah, so I would actually install Stellarium than the Skylive. So Stellarium, the software that you are seeing right now, is a free software. Okay. So someone is asking, is the James Webb Telescope is going up soon? Are you excited for its capabilities? I asked the same question to a lot of people. That telescope supposed to go 10 years ago. It is not going there. What I was told is there are components and technology is still not there to build those components. So we are lagging behind the technology that we need to complete. Chuck, you are saying Windows has a 5 hub minimum where devices cannot be plugged it beyond that. Yeah, something is going on, Chuck. I might be talking to you offline. Yeah, I'm using kind of a weird USB hub inside my computer. Like, it has the 4 or 5 USB hubs, and the other one has 5 or 6 of them. Maybe I need to get a different one. That's a good point, Chuck. Thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't know why it was giving me that kind of a message. Yeah, thanks, Elliot. Yeah, so that's what is going on. So James Webb is not going up. What I was told was the components are still not ready for it to go up. It is still missing. By the way, I was telling you before about the software. So install Stellarium software. I think this is a better one. The reason why I like it is a lot of you are not in the same place, right? I live here in Texas, whereas some of you guys live in Michigan or maybe outside US in some other country, right? So what you can do is when you go and search for a comet, it's kind of a picking. I mean, you need to be a geek, of course. So right now I'm saying like C2020. You might get these numbers from the internet, and once you do get these weird numbers, they start making sense. That's what you do, right? You search for the number and you press search, and it tells you where the comet location is. You can zoom out and pretty much figure out where the comet location is. But what is more interesting though, what is more interesting though is you see here, like my town is there, right? You can go into a window called, I don't know what is this window called, location window, F6. Okay, and now here you can type like India or South Africa or whatever the country that you want, right? And if you do say that, let's say if we say some other location, let's give San Francisco for now. You can pick any place that you want. So I'm picking San Francisco, United States, right? So it changed my window now, and right now you don't see Swan. It disappeared. It's actually right here, if you can see in the bottom. Because the time in San Francisco, the same time is, it went back 2 hours, right? So when you keep looking up, it kind of comes like, you can tell what time in your country, in your location, it is going to show up. I got million questions on that one. I keep answering when it will show up. But you can do this yourself. Uh, if you have a computer, Stellarium software is free, and you can download the software and do it yourself. I think it's going to help you tell where it is. The other important thing is the comets don't show up, so you also need to download the uh, what do you call the tracking. So if you go into the settings, I'm trying to figure out where the settings window is. Yeah, so if you go into the settings, and if you go into plugins, and if you go down here to something called solar system editor, okay, so you go plugins, solar system editor, and then if you go to this configure window, um, here you will find, like, basically, do you want it to bring comet? I think it shows in the beginning, do you want it to bring comets or asteroids? I think I selected comets. And then here you can say import orbit elements from the minor planetary center, MPC format. Okay, so if you do that, you actually get the right data. You don't want to like pick a comet or something. But once you are done with your research, and if you have a slow computer, highlight all of these and delete again, because your computer is going to go really, really slow. So Felicia is asking a solar system. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so that's how you can do it. You can once you import the comets from the minor planetary center MPC catalog data, you actually get not only the latest times and stuff, you also get their orbits, their locations, the times and all, they get updated. So that's what that will do for you. Can you still see the comet atlas in the sky? Ivana, you are asking. Yes. Can you see it without a telescope? Neither of these comets are available, guys. I mean, this is a lot of bad information out there saying that these Swan and Atlas are available to see without telescopes. That's not true. Okay, they are not getting bright enough. I mean, you have to have like eagle eyes and dark sight if you wanted to make out, and it will be like a tiny star, the Swan itself. It's at mag 6. Even a professional observer cannot watch that. Forget, like regular people watching it. They are not visible. Okay, they are not bright enough. Atlas is supposed to get bright, and Atlas is supposed to be bright enough without a telescope, but unfortunately, neither one of them we can see without a telescope. It's impossible. So if you are reading stuff on the websites, that's not true. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no matter which country that you put in the location, um, yeah, Darren, I think you're asking, is there an increase in the near Earth objects? I'm not sure about that one, but the technology is getting better and better, and it's kind of getting like, as if you, it's actually, ignorance is a bliss, right? So as we get to know more and more, it's getting nastier out there. So we are actually learning that there are so many things that are roaming around us. So I saw actually a what do you call yeah, this is the animation that I saw. So that's the animation. So, Darren, if you're asking, are the near Earth objects getting worse? Those are the NEOs, NEO, near Earth objects. That many we have. It, it's just a mess. So, luckily, none of them wants to come and hit the Earth. But the scale of those objects are incredible. These are the known ones. There are probably double this number or even twice or thrice that we don't know yet. These are all asteroids, minor planets, comets. Yep, exactly. So this is what we are tracking now. This is what um, our computers and imaging equipment are tracking. So yeah, I mean, this number is going to go up. Yeah. Yeah, Elliot, me too. I do love the visualizations. There is a beautiful uh, visualization studio that NASA is developing or developed. It actually gives you a much better view than what this is. Yep. Sure, Darren. Thank you. Yeah, Sky Safari is another software that you can use similar to this one. I guess if you have no more questions, I guess I can show some reruns if you want. Is it possible to have a viral organism to thrive on Comet as here on Earth? Yeah, it is definitely possible, Nelson. There is water there. I mean, I don't know if there is enough evidence, but definitely they do carry stuff. We haven't seen any living organisms coming our way, but there are evidences that what do you call the organic material or made of organic material is coming up. on those. So